Okay, here's my spinner. We're going to try a trick. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen one on the YouTube, but I might post this one if it works. I'm in a hospital and I'm bored to death. There it is, spinning really fast. Here, we'll try to hold it on my nose. Ta-da! What do you think, guys? Huh? I'm an old man and my nose is pretty sloppy. I'll slow it down just so you can see it is spinning on my nose. There it is. Now, I tried to do the brass ones, but they don't seem to work very good. Here, let me try this one again. You got to get these going really, really fast. And there's not enough bass. It's a little bit heavy. So this one's hard to do. Might be too heavy for my soft nose. Oh. This thing's heavy. It's all brass. They say it's copper, but copper's usually got a red tint to it. And I don't see a red tint on this one, so I really believe that this one is brass. Advertises as copper, but it's a little bit heavy, a little bit too gold. There, how's that? Just to show you that it is spinning on my nose. I will take it off. Now the other one I haven't been able to do because it's two lobed. Only has two lobes on it instead of three, and it kind of wants to go back and forth, you know. So let's see if I can get this one going. See, I can feel the bearings on this one. They say it's got ceramic bearings, but it don't feel like the other ones at all. The other two are definitely ceramic. They're real quiet. This is the noisiest one I've ever had. These are made by the same company. These two brass ones. Success. See, these are made by the same company because I can tell by, if you look at them, they have scallops on that inside circle. Each lobe has a little bitty indentation like a scallop. See, and so does this one. That's why it makes me think they're the same company, even though they're not branded the same. But this one doesn't have any identification on any side, but this one does. There it is right there. There you go. I don't know what that says. B. Joan. It says B. Joan. I have timed this particular one at 6.5 minutes with one spin, and that's just by doing this. Bing. One spin laying on the table. All three of these. This one had 6.5 minutes. This one's still holding at 5.5 minutes, but it's got a looser bearing, or it'll start snugging up. I have to actually get in there and undo all this threads and put it all back together to get it to spin freely again. And then I can't tighten it all the way, otherwise it'll actually slow it down. So this one isn't really machined too good. The threads are a little bit too shallow. And this one here, I'm forgetting who the manufacturer is, whatever that symbol is. This one here, I've got right at 6 minutes consistently, plus or minus 15 seconds. Oops, I dropped you. Plus or minus 15 seconds. But I'm an old man. I'm bored, and these spinners caught my eye. I think they're a lot of fun, especially for children. But I'm still a big kid, so that don't count, right? But this one here is the most quietest and the most smoothest I've had. And it's kind of cool because when you get it spinning really, really fast, you can't really see the little web feet that hold the brass ring on there. And it makes it look like it's just a ring floating in air, which is kind of cool. The camera can pick up the spinning rotation. It has something to do with the camera, but the naked eye, you can't see that rotation like you can see there in the camera. But it's pretty cool. This thing just spins, and it's so smooth you can't feel it. It feels like it's not moving at all. You see how the camera can pick up that kind of shadow as it spins? You can't see that on the naked eye. The cameras can pick that up. Something has to do with how many frames per second. So that's kind of cool. I actually had to align this brass with that plastic, and I just tapped the plastic around until it didn't have any more wobble in it. So when you see this thing spinning now, it has absolutely no wobble in it. It used to go like this a little bit, you know. The brass and plastic weren't really lined up real good. And watch what you order on this one because they got 3 different patterns on that brass. This one's the smooth-faced one, and I was trying to get the one that had the fishbone look, and then they got a checkered kind of look. I wanted the fishbone one. It looked like a little bit thicker, maybe a little bit heavier than this one. This one seems like it's the lower end of the 3. But it didn't give me an option when I went to buy it. So I went ahead and bought it anyway. Even though it was showing me the fishbone, I got this one. So somehow they need to change the ordering to where you can actually have the option between choosing each pattern. Because if I want to have each one, I'm going to get 3 of these, most likely. That's what makes me think it's going to be the lower end. That thing's still spinning as we talk. It's been at least 4.5 minutes by now. I should have timed it, but it's still spinning. It has not slowed down at all. It's so smooth you can't tell. I'll stop it now. There we go. Pretty cool. This one's really a lot. This is cool. The others are a little bit more fun because they're more heavy. They're more rugged. They're real tough, you know. But these are pretty cool. This one comes in a case, a fitted case like this. And so that's how I keep that one. Just got a little glass window on, plexiglass window that you can see it hanging in there. If you get it on right. There. Now you can see it. It's all lined up. And then this one also has the foam, the two pattern one. This one, it has a foam, keeps it steady. The bottom of this foam though is a little bit flaky, and I'm afraid it's getting those black material inside those bearings is what I think, but because I got to keep taking that one apart. That's the only one that has that in there. And the 3-pronger is pretty cool because it comes in this little girly bag. It's got a little mesh thing in here, right there, that you can slip this thing in. See? I like that pattern. I wish it was done on the actual unit, but it's not. Anyway, then you just zip it up. And you got 2 little bags. Pretty cool, huh? This is what I bought that drives the nurses mad. This drives these nurses just batty. Remember these? Or I can set it like about this much out. All aboard! Happy highball, engineers! We'll see you on the next review.